It was 1986 we recorded, right?
86.
Damn, that's over 30 years ago. So this is the first record that me and Jeff ever made. Let's give him a little taste, Jeff. Bust your bubble, but girls of the world ain't nothing but trouble. To the play, just remember my rhymes and get the hell away. Just last week when I was walking down the street, I observed this lovely lady that I wanted to meet. I walked up to her, I said hello, she said hey, you're kinda cute. I said yes, I know, but enough about me, let's talk about you and all the wonderful things that you and I should do. I popped some trash in a little bit of time, I showed some cash and the girl was mine. I took her on the town, I wined her and dined her. She asked me if I'm horny, I said well, kind of. All of a sudden, she jumped out of her seat, snatched me up by my wrist and took me out in the street. Started grabbing all over me, kissing and hugging. I shoved her away, I said you better stop bugging. She got mad, looked me dead in my face, threw her hands in the air and yelled out. I got scared when she started to yell, so I handed her my wallet and ran like hell. I was ducking through alleys, right and left, but when the cops caught up, they almost beat me to death. Now I'm in prison charged with aggravated assault, but I didn't do nothing, was they dumb boys' fault. But nevertheless, don't mean to bust your bubble, but girls of the world ain't nothing but trouble. The next time a girl gives you the play, just remember my rhyme, get the hell away. That was the first record we ever made.
Yeah.
So that was the year that I graduated from high school, right? And I had a record out while I was still in high school. That's kind of hot to be in high school with a hit record.
That was hot.
That was real hot, right? So my parents wanted me to go to college, but I was like, I don't want to. I want to like make music. So my parents gave me 1 year. They said, you can go and do whatever you want to do with this music for 1 year. So in that next year, we recorded a record that ended up winning the first Grammy ever awarded to a rap artist. And this is that record. This is the first record that ever won a Grammy. Yeah, yeah. You know, parents are the same no matter time, no place. They don't understand that the kids are gonna make some mistakes. So to you other kids all across the land, take it from me, parents just don't understand. So my parents didn't understand, and we set out. And now all these years later, I found myself on stage in Croatia. I remember one year my mom took me school shopping. It was me, my brother, my mom, papa, and my little sister all hopped in the car and headed downtown to the gallery mall. My mom started bugging with the clothes she chose. I didn't say nothing at first, I just turned up my nose. She said, what's wrong? This shirt costs $20. I said, Mom, that shirt is plaid with a butterfly collar. The next half hour was the same old thing. My mother buying me clothes from 1963, and then she lost her mind and did the ultimate. I asked her for Adidas and she bought me Zips. I said, Mom, what are you doing? You'll ruin my rep. She said, you're only 16, you don't have a rep yet. I said, Mom, let's put these clothes back, please. She said, no. You go to school to learn, not for a fashion show. I said, this is a shot of now. Come on, Mom, I'm not Bowser. Please put back the bell bottom Brady Bunch trousers. But if you don't want to, I can live with that. But you gotta put back the double knit reversible slide. She wasn't with it, everything stayed the same. Inevitably, the first day at school came. I thought I could get over. I tried to play sick, but my mom said, no way, forget it, there was nothing I could do. I tried to relax, got dressed up in those ancient artifacts. And when I walked into school, it was just as I thought. Kids were cracking up, laughing at the clothes mom bought. Those who weren't laughing still had a ball. They were pointing and whispering when I walked down the hall. I got home and told my mom how my day went. She said if they were laughing, you don't need them, but they're not good friends. For the next 6 hours, tried to explain to my mom I was going to have to go through this like 200 more times. So then in 1989, we made a record about a film that was out. And you may have never heard this, but some of you may have heard it. But we put the record out, and then they enjoined it, which means the lawyers told us that we couldn't do the record because it was about a hit movie that we weren't allowed to make a movie about. It's called A Nightmare on My Street. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's up, girl? How y'all feeling up there? Now I have a story that I'd like to tell about this guy. You all know me as we scared as hell. He comes to me at night after I crawl into bed. He's burnt up like a weenie and his name is Fred. He wears the same cotton sweater every single day. And even if it's hot outside, he wears it anyway. He's calm when I'm awake, but he shows up when I'm asleep. I can't believe that there's a nightmare on my street. Yeah, yeah. How many of y'all heard this before? Anybody? Okay. We got a couple people out there that hold that. On my street. So then, later on that year, 1989, see, me and Jeff were famous for 2 turntables and a microphone. Just a DJ and a rapper being able to rock a party. And that's what we do. And we used to do it a little bit something like this. Now I'm the prince and that's Jazzy Jeff. We shown for years that we are deaf. But here's some more for y'all to just come get it. Flip the wheels, Jay. Hit it. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Hit it. Now, ladies, here you go. The ladies are, guys, you go get it. Hit it. The greatest hip-hop DJ alive. So Jeff, on the wheel, show them how we used to do it. Show them how we used to do it. Hit it, 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 hit it. DJ Jeff, Jeff, DJ Jeff, hit it, hit it. Take it up, take it up. I wanna rock like what you wanna do, Jeff? What you wanna do, Jeff? What you wanna do, Jeff? What y'all wanna do? Little bit louder. Little bit louder. Little louder. Just the lady. Just the fella. Just the left side. Just the right side. Just the left side. Just the right side. Up top. One more time. Over there now. I can't hear y'all. Just Jeff now. What you wanna do, Jeff? What you wanna do, Jeff? What you wanna do, Jeff? Say what now? Say what now? Slow it down a little. Say what, Jeff? Say what? Say what? Come on now. Oh. Let me hear y'all. I wanna rock right now. In your face with the bass. Yo. Yo. Who wants to rock right now? From the heart of West Philly come a man named Jazz with new Joe pizzazz and a razzmatazz. He sliced the wax, got 4 cut back, right and exact, and know the man ain't at all whack. The magnificent, moody sounding, the crowd going loco, kick drum pounding, people surrounding us, checking the concept, lighting up a storm, that's why the crowd is all wet. Other DJs standing around Jeff, trying not to the world's best. Shaking their head, trying to say that he can't float. Jockey's a horse though, and they all time toe. I'm not the kind of fella by in the past. He been known to get an attitude and get right nasty. Snatch the whack, this is back, not a big man. Get real, with wheels, downright ignorant. And when he step off, tossed up confetti. Burn more wheels than Mario Andretti. Jeff, anything left you wanna say to the crowd? We'll get down now. What? I say what? Yeah. You hook me up. Yeah. I always wanted to do this. I be seeing artists when they put a chair on the stage. I always think that's cool. It's like, you're like a real artist when you put a chair on the stage.
I want a chair.
So like I was saying, me and Jeff have been friends for like 30 years. And when you're friends with somebody for that long, you know, all kinds of stuff happens in your life and you're there. You experience the ups and the downs, and sometimes you're a good friend and sometimes you're the other kind. And we've been friends since high school. And I remember when Jeff, he was the first one in the crew to have a baby. And I remember when Jeff, we had a son, oh yeah, that's Corey. That's Jeff's son, Corey. And I remember when Jeff came in and he told us that he had had a son. And I was like, damn. You know, because I'm really competitive. Like, I want to have a son too. So I remember that moment and just looking at Jeff and how happy he was. And a couple years later, I had my first son. And I'm telling you, I was one of the craziest experiences in my life when somebody hands you a baby and it's your responsibility to raise that baby and put a baby in the world, try to teach him to do good things and help people, try to raise a good being in this chaotic and unfriendly world. So I remember the first night I looked at my son and I sat down, and like, that kind of love is just crazy. I can't even explain it. And I wrote this record for my son.
And that is a very sensitive subject.
Yo, bring it in. Just me and you. From the first time the doctor placed you in my arms, I knew I'd meet death before I let you be armed. Although questions arose in my mind, would I be man enough against wrong, choose right, and be standing up? From the hospital that first night, took an hour just to get the car seat in right. People driving off fast got me kinda upset. Got you home safe, placed you in your bassinet. That night I don't think one wink I slept as I slipped out my bed to your crib. I crept, touched your head gently, felt my heart melt, cause I knew I loved you more than life itself. Into my knees, and I begged the Lord, please let me be a good daddy. All he needs, love, knowledge, knowledge, discipline too. I pledge my life to you. Yo. Just me and you. Just me and you. Yeah. Woo. You and I, 5 years old, bringing comedy. Every time I look at you, I think, man, a little me, just like me. Wait and see, gonna be tall, makes me laugh, cause you got your dad's ears and all. Sometimes I wonder, what you gonna be? A general, a